Hi guys, who's ready for Wildlife Snap? What's on the map? Find it and snap! Hi everyone, I'm Biogiel MJ and I'm here to find out if these wildlife species can still be found at the Singapore Quarry. Okay, here are the rules. At this nature park, we may find these wildlife. Some are common while some are hard to find. And if we are lucky, we may even spot that rabbit! But to get to the quarry, we need to walk past a nature corridor and up a small hill. So without further ado, let's snap! And today's challenge, 6 birds, 3 insects, 1 reptile and 4 mammals. This is where we truly start our journey.
Next to a busy road.
Behind there actually. We will start at the rail corridor, finding animals along the way and ending at the Singapore Quarry. Next to this flyover, there's a little entrance where we are going to start our epic journey. This little nature corridor is known as the rail corridor. We are going to explore only a small part of it today, from here to the Singapore Quarry. Let's do it! There's a pair of juvenile starlings right there! Asian glossy starlings are known for their striking green-black plumage and bright red eyes. Juveniles, however, have a more brownish colour with streaks. The brownish streak provides better camouflage compared to the glossy black-green feathers of adults, which helps protect the younger birds from predators as they blend more easily into their surroundings, such as tree barks and foliage. Let's go! This is the elephant's ear, aka your yam or taro plant. There's something jumping up there! Plantain squirrels are highly adaptable and have been known to thrive in human-modified landscapes, which is why they are a common sight in parks, gardens and nature corridors like the one we are in right now. They have a distinct black stripe running along their sides, which makes them really recognizable when compared to other squirrels like the slender squirrels. There's a huge bee over there! This big, gentle giant is a carpenter bee. Although they can look and act a bit scary, carpenter bees are pretty much harmless. They usually try to scare you off by buzzing loudly rather than stinging. This is one of my favorite insects! I see a boo-boo! This is a yellow-vented boo-boo. These birds have a distinctive yellow patch under their tail or the vent, which gives them their name. These birds are omnivorous and have a varied diet that includes fruits, nectar, insects and small invertebrates, making them highly adaptable and can survive in many different habitats. Although there's nature surrounding us right now, this used to be part of a railway linking all the way to Malaysia. Come, let's check it out. Look! This bridge still houses part of the railroad. The monkeys are using the bridge to cross over. These monkeys are called long-tailed macaques. They thrive in places with many human activities, and because of that, conflicts often arise with long-tailed macaques. They can be seen stealing food, invading homes, and occasionally exhibiting aggressive behaviour, especially if we get too close to them. If you ever see wild macaques in your nature parks and gardens, please keep your distance, do not disturb them, and keep all your food and plastic bags with you. See? As time passes, the bridge also became part of the landscape for the wildlife to thrive on. Along the way, we will also pass by a garden which supports many other wildlife. Oh, hello birdie! These are one of the most common birds you'll find in Singapore, the Javan miners. They are highly adaptable, which helps them spread to many other countries. Although sometimes seen as a pest species, these birds can actually sing really well. This part is a bit more garden-like, so we'll see a lot of garden birds and insects thriving here. Look at this little butterfly drinking nectar from the flower. Well, this is more specifically a skipper butterfly, which belongs to a group of butterflies known for their rapid flight and moth-like appearance. These skittish insects primarily feed on nectar, making them important pollinators in many ecosystems. Ooh, this spider is kind of big. We found a leg-laced garden spider. It is a kind of orb weaver spider that can be commonly found in our parks and gardens. It has caught something in its mouth. Did you know that this spider likes to play dead whenever it is disturbed? Alright, let's get back on track. Nature corridors like this one are really important because of how segregated our green spaces are. And this allows some wildlife to travel safely between the various large nature spaces in Singapore. There's a bunch of millipedes in here. These are yellow and black millipedes. Yes, I know, scientists are not the most creative people out there. Like many millipedes, the yellow and black millipedes use chemical warfare to protect themselves. They can emit noxious substances from glands along their sides when threatened, so please do not handle them. Alright, here's where we end the exploration of the corridor. We're gonna climb the stairs, head up the hill right towards the Singapore quarry. Let's go! Oh, look at these black shiny ants! In fact, if we look closely, this black-coloured ant has a beautiful golden sheen to it as well. These are the golden weaver ants, and they live in highly organised colonies with distinct castes, including queens, workers and soldiers. Workers are responsible for foraging, nest maintenance and colony defence. Hey! This golden weaver ant looks kinda weird. Oh, it is not an ant! It is an ant-mimicking spider. This spider is trying to act as though it is an ant so that they can either hunt the golden weaver ant without getting attacked, or they are mimicking the ant as a form of defense. Predators might avoid ants because of how savage some species can be in large numbers, and by acting like one, the ant-mimicking spider can stay relatively safe in this environment. A bird! This red bird is the crimson sunbird, and I think this is one of the most beautiful birds you can find in Singapore. Male crimson sunbird uses the red vivid plumage as a visual signal of health and genetic fitness to attract the female sunbirds. If we move towards this direction, we'll be heading towards Dairy Farm Nature Park, a buffer park that protects the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve, a huge patch of forest over there. Because we're right at the edge of a nature reserve, we can find some pretty amazing forest species of wildlife here, just like the crimson sunbird that we saw earlier on. It's a clouded monitor lizard. Clouded monitor lizards are from the reptile family that loves a good bask in the sun to energize themselves. That is because reptiles are cold-blooded and cannot produce body heat like us mammals. So, in order to charge their bodily batteries, many reptiles would sit in the sun to warm themselves up in the morning. I see something jumping inside there. Now that we are away from the garden, even the squirrel species we find are different. This is the slender squirrel. This species of squirrel prefers dense forests, spending most of their days in trees finding food. They are so tiny and cute, don't you agree? I think I see something inside there. This is a banded woodpecker. They have a black and white stripe pattern on their chest and a pretty bright red coloration. I think woodpeckers are one of the coolest birds we can find in Singapore. Very different, right? You usually don't see this type of forest species near your parks and gardens where people live. Look at the cutie over there! That is a wild boar piglet. These piglets have a different coloured fur from adults, making them look like little watermelons. Their striped coats help them blend into the environment to avoid detection by predators such as large cats and birds of prey. A word of caution, make sure you keep a safe distance from baby animals if you see them in the wild, because their parents can be quite protective of their young and they can get aggressive if you get too near. We've finally reached the Singapore quarry! I see something over there. This is a stock-billed kingfisher, and it is the biggest kingfisher we can find in Singapore. It is my favourite bird of all time. I love just how colourful it is. That was a cute one. There are also multiple different species of fishes in this lake, and most of them are released pets. Now that's because this is a man-made quarry, and hence there should not be any fishes here in the first place. Having said that, releasing your pet into nature is a very bad idea because most of them might not be able to survive well in an environment that they don't belong in. If they somehow manage to thrive in the environment, they may outcompete native species, resulting in them becoming invasive.
MJ, behind you.
No way! On that tree? That majestic bird is a grey-headed fish eagle. Adults have a distinctive grey head and neck, contrasting with a mainly brown body. They have a robust build with broad wings and a hooked beak, adapted for catching their favourite food, fish. That is also why we find them in this quarry, because of all the fishes here. Alright, my memory card is full and we have officially gotten too much wildlife in today's Wildlife Snap. In today's adventure, we saw many juvenile animals, a monitor lizard having a good time, and even a majestic eagle. And this has to be my favourite snap. What is yours? As we review the snaps we took, do remember to respect nature and give them space when you are out observing them. There's so much wildlife for you to find here. If you are interested in looking for these amazing animals yourself, feel free to head out and explore. Remember to stay on the trail to keep you and our wildlife safe. Until next time!